Good morning. Welcome to Just for Today, a time of eclectic reading, sharing of perspectives, meditation, and prayer. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader of the newly joined Centers for Spiritual Living of Greater Baltimore and Columbia. Today is May 22nd, and what called to me this morning to read is Dare to Be Yourself by Alan Cohen. And I opened it up and it landed on page 170. The Art of Living, which offers us this. Creating a life is like forming a vase on a potter's wheel. We start out with an amorphous chunk of material and we continually mold and remold it. The clay goes through many revelations each time it passes through your hands. You have another opportunity to bring your work of art closer to life. No great artist forms their masterpiece on the first attempt. The hands are constantly pushing, pulling, pressing, releasing, refining. Art, like life, is a process of continuous revising, updating, and improving. Remember this basic principle as you create your life anew each day. A life without change is not a life, it is a stagnant pool. To change your mind frivolously is a cop out. To change your mind under the direction of the wisdom of the heart is a brushstroke on the masterpiece you are delivering to the world. If spirit guides you to change your mind, you have a responsibility to do it. Remember that you see but a small tile of a great mosaic. A step under Spirit's guidance can lead to much more good than you can see or imagine now. Courage is required to stop doing something you have been doing for a long time and start something new. But consider the alternative. If you are not true to yourself, you miss the loftiest and most satisfying reward of living. If you do follow your heart, you will bless your time here. No one in the outer world can tell you what to do, but there is one within you who is an infallible guide. Dare to change your mind or dare to continue on your present path. No matter what path you take, there is one torch that will light the way: the honesty of a loving heart. Walk in the dignity of the highest truth you know, and your journey will be well worth the walking. Wow. That kind of sums it up, doesn't it? Good morning, Deborah. Um, what a powerful reading. What a brilliant, loving, yet direct invitation to be ourselves, to let go of trying to measure up to some external standard, to really get clear, to develop that inner relationship with that, the spirit that is us, that indwells us, and allow the honesty of an open heart to be our compass, to be our guide. Um, I think too many of us, because I hear it frequently, that we have this idea that we can actually open and close our hearts. No, we can't. We can turn off our attention to it. We can ignore it or choose to be aware of it, but we cannot. Our heart doesn't have a door that opens and closes. Our heart is the divine. And there is no way that to suggest that we can open and close our hearts is to suggest that the infinite can open and close itself to itself. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And I think if you dare to explore that, you won't believe it either. I think it's a convenient phrase that we were all raised with um, that holds no truth whatsoever. But what it does do is keep us in that stagnant pool. Right? It keeps us from moving. So, yes, courage is required to stop doing something we have been doing for a long time and start something new. Even if all we do is stop arguing for our limitations. All right. What if we started there? What if we stopped justifying all of the places where we're stuck and just owned, I'm stuck and I'm going to sit there for a while until I know how to be unstuck? And then sometimes we need to take baby steps. So take baby steps. But if you know there are steps to take, then know that the very same power that is nudging you to step is taking the step, is living the newness, is calling itself into a greater expression and experience of itself. And so maybe start there. Maybe start with remembering that there's only one, whatever it is, and you are that in form. So you don't have to look anywhere for your power. You don't have to look anywhere for your support. You already are it. Are you willing to be it? Questions, comments before we go into our time of meditation? Okay. Excuse me. So I'm just going to read this last sentence to take us into our meditation. No matter what path you take, there is one torch that will light your way: the honesty of a loving heart. Walk in the dignity of the highest truth you know, and your journey will be well worth the walking. One, one substance, one power, one life. This one is the source of all life, the substance of which all is animated. And so all that is in form is this one substance, formed. Leading into that image of the potter's wheel, each form, an image molded in the image and likeness of the potter, of the infinite, of the unseen, molding its expressions of itself that we call creation, and yet never separate from itself. It is the only power there is, unopposed by any secondary or oppositional power. And so I know that I must be that in form. And all that it is, being made out of it, must be fully present and active in, through, and as me. And so I own that now. I claim and affirm that guiding light, that interior compass, is my compass. That everything I need to know is already known to me and within me. And so I simply open to knowing it now, to being aware of what I know. Being infinite intelligence in form, there is no new thing to know, simply new knowing to be aware of. And I open to knowing all that is mine to know. I claim and affirm the courage to act affirmatively in confidence and grace, to step into all that spirit, life, God, love, whatever we call it, is here to express as me. I say yes to an image and likeness of Creator that is even beyond my glimpse. I say yes. I say yes to going around the blind curb, knowing that only amazing experiences of life await. I say yes. I say yes to being aware that I am guided by the wisdom of an open heart. Yes. And what I speak for myself, I speak for all of creation, because I am never separate from it. And so there is no way to speak it for one without speaking it for every expression. And so I celebrate. I celebrate the doer of this creative activity that we call law, the manifester within the triune nature of life. It simply receives and acts upon what it receives. Never filters, never falters. Manifests exactly what is given. what is believed, what is thought, what is held in imagery. And so I know that all that has been spoken this morning has already been responded to, has already been made so in the only moment of life there is now. There's no waiting period. There's always just now. And so knowing that it is complete, I release all of the mental blocks to having a full awareness of what and how it is complete. I release all doubt. I release all the lies that tell me I have to do something, that it isn't already complete until I do something. I release all of that. And I stand in the faith, in the celebration that it's already done. Knowing that as I let go of all of the resistance, I open the floodgates of my awareness. So I let go. And I receive what is. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is. Namaste.